Anyway, let's talk about GameStonk. I am the proud owner of one GameStonk. I just want to be clear, I know absolutely nothing about stocks. Neither does Callum. Do not take any advice from us at all. Right? As far as I'm concerned, this is $300 I just burned. But burning it for a good reason. Because apparently the short sellers are holding the line, which I find interesting. I don't really, again, know anything about this, but despite losing nearly $20 billion as of Friday, apparently they're not surrendering, as CNBC described it. Short-selling hedge funds have suffered mark-to-market loss of like $20 billion, but they're still mostly holding on to their bearish positions, or they are being replaced by new hedge funds willing to bet against the stock. GameStop shares that have been borrowed and sold short have declined by just about 5 million over the last week. GameStop remained the most shorted name on the market, apparently. So that's very interesting. And that's after, like, I think Melvin Capital actually got out, even though other capital firms have come in, because they lost 53% of all of their capital, which, I mean, that's hella good. That's hella good.
You call yourself Melvin Capital, and yet you have no capital. Interesting.
That's very impressive. And the interesting thing about this is we have a timeline that was. We can go to the next one, John. So right, so this is really, really interesting because it gives us the price of the stock up until Friday the 29th, so last week, and the events that were going on, and you can see exactly how they're affecting these things. So you know the people on Reddit first get it up to 150, and then Elon Musk, it hovers around there until Elon Musk tweets about it and just tweets GameStonk. Then it goes up to over 300 and it starts rising, and then Robinhood restrict when it's at nearly $500, and then it plunges down to the sort of just over $100 mark, and then returns back up to over 300 after they lift their restrictions. We'll talk about why they did that in a bit, but what's interesting is you can see that the artificial manipulation is in play, and it's actually having a direct effect on these things. And it's
also interesting to see how much of an effect Elon Musk had, to be honest.
Yeah, well, he doubled it, more than. I mean, he does have like 48 million Twitter followers. So,
yeah.
I mean, looking back, him tweeting things like, Tesla stock price is too high does seem dramatically irresponsible.
Yeah.
Looking back at it, doesn't it?
Unless he brought a bunch of his own stock afterwards, I guess.
I guess so, yeah. But, yeah. But anyway, Google decided that they were going to leap to Robinhood's defense and deleted about 100,000 one-star reviews, which was kind of them, I guess, for Robinhood. They had 270,000 reviews with an average of 1 star. They went down to 180,000 reviews with an average of 4 stars. And there's been weird sort of concern trolling coming out of the sort of mainstream stock market talking heads. If we can go to the next one. This was from MSNBC. And we won't play the clip, but basically this is really weird. He's like, oh, right, okay, you guys are all having fun, but I have human capital concerns. You should be working out, not using the stock market. These young men are basically turning into depressed, gambling-addicted, basement-dwelling incels who cut themselves. It's like, okay, who the hell are you again?
Says the man standing on the roof, $1 billion in debt.
Exactly. And that's the point. Throughout the whole thing, he doesn't really sound like he's genuinely concerned for these people. He sounds like he's about to commit suicide. So it's just like okay, well...
You guys are all losers. Now let me go back and take some more drugs before I kill myself.
Now stop having fun, It's like, okay, well, I mean, I don't know anything about that, but anyway, what did Elizebeth Warren have to say?
Elizabeth Warren tweeted this out, saying that the casino-like swings in the stock price of GameStop reflect wild levels of speculation that don't help GameStop, workers, or customers, and could lead to market instability. Right, first thing there, does shorting the stock help the workers or customers of GameStop?
Yes, destroying GameStop by shorting it out of existence really helps GameStop. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Yeah, but even if you want to take a company that wasn't being utterly destroyed, this is all stock market stuff. This has nothing to do with customers or
no, they don't care
so
about
forth.
This.
It's not that. And she's asked for the SEC to explain exactly what was going on and prevent market manipulation. So she's ordering the powers that be to intervene on the behalf of the Democratic government.
Yeah,
which didn't earn her very many fans. I just scrolled through the replies, and a bunch of them are just people being like, hang on, I voted for you, I canvassed for you.
And now you're siding with Wall Street. How could you do this? It's like Bernie Sanders turning up at Joe Biden's inauguration. What are you doing there?
it's almost as if you were the only one stupid enough to be fooled for that. But okay, well, sorry lads, you learned the hard way.
Yes, you did.
So that's embarrassing. But there was also a lot of speculation. So we mentioned about how people were investing in AMC or Bed Bath & Beyond or AAGH because it's spelled and things like this. And we don't know what was true, what wasn't, and we're not trying to, again, speculate on any of those stocks. But one of the funniest things was people starting to push this idea that the Redditors were going for silver over the weekend.
People.
Yes.
People, as in media outlets, kept producing article after article going, oh, silver's the next one. And I saw loads of these in my own feed.
If you can get one up, that's the Bloomberg should be the next one. Yeah. So them talking about Reddit crowd bids up silver.
Yeah, so, okay, so the thing I just want to say here is, right, everything up until this point was entirely oppositional against Reddit. Oh, God, these horrible plebeians are rising up. This is bad. We don't understand what's happening. We're afraid. And now suddenly it's, oh, well, those savvy Reddit investors are going for the silver stocks. Oh, no. Let's hope they don't crash this shorted market too. Yeah, okay, Bloomberg, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people found this sus, which I can agree with them. And it turns out it is definitely BS. So this is Wall Street Bet's moderator. Verified account, so we can take their word for it. They were looking at the fact that people were saying that, the Redditors are going after silver, but only 3% of the mentions on Wall Street Bets were about silver. So, no, there was not this huge bust for silver.
What they should also have done is gone through a bunch of them and see how old the accounts were.
These were all made in the last day.
Yeah, exactly. And they're all going for silver. The Redditors are after this silver. Look at that Bloomberg article, yeah.
So yeah, I can have sympathy with the people who are finding this a bit sneaky. The idea that a bunch of guys on Wall Street are like, quick, make accounts, make them go after silver or something. But silver did get a bump out of it, so God knows, man.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it would. If every media outlet is saying everyone's going after silver, yeah, you will get a bump. But I don't think it's the Wall Street Bets guys.
No, it was the Wall Street guys.
Yes.
And it wasn't just, various stocks.
I mean, nice try. Nice try. You got to give it to them. Look, there's a big competition going on here. There's a huge, wrangle going on. Yeah, I'm not surprised they're going to be trying something.
Yeah. It wasn't just stocks and commodities and so on and so forth. It was also the Dogecoin. So the Dogecoin, in case no one knows, is a meme currency, so it's a cryptocurrency that was made up and is obviously ridiculous in the same way it's a parody of Bitcoin.
Yes.
And the guy who owns, or at least set up Dogecoin, has not tweeted on his account for 6 years because the meme has been dead that long. And Wall Street Bets decided to bring it back for some reason. It went up 400%. I think it's gone back down now. I have no idea. Don't invest in Dogecoin. I'm not telling you to. But he had to tweet this out, saying, tweeting for the first time in 6 years to say, what the F? Got 600,000 likes. So they're just Jesus, guys. Even I'd given up on this, the guy who made it, and yet they managed to get it back to 10 cents or whatever.
I tried to buy some Dogecoin, but I couldn't find anyone that sold it.
Oh, well. Sad. Anyway, the other thing here was the fact that the stocks started to get rationed because they're that in demand.
Rationing.
Yeah, so apparently Robinhood was allowing traders to only have 2 shares of stock in GameStop because...
artificial market manipulation, yes.
I don't know the finances of what Robinhood has to and not do. We'll get into that later. But I just find it hilarious that something could be in that demand, that we've started a government rationing system of
I think it's hilarious
stock.
That it's GameStop.
Imagine if they were rationing Dogecoin.
It's just the absurdity of it.
Oh, man. And this wasn't the first thing that was absurd. So over the weekend, the markets were closed, and we didn't cover it on Monday because the markets were still closed when we opened. And that didn't stop these people from just keep going with the absurdities. So the first thing I wanted to show was some guy, or at least they paid some guy to fly a plane. And the plane spout out here, if you can see it's a little bit hard, hold GME, so hold GameStop, flying over the Robinhood HQ just to mess with them. And it wasn't just a one-off absurdity. They started buying billboards up and down the country.
Oh, so nice.
If you could just flick through these images on this tweet, you can see they're just random billboards all over the country. We like the stock, Wall Street Bets.
I love how Chad, the Wall Street Bets guy, and the avatar looks as well.
Yeah, it's the guy from... this is Times Square, so this is probably the most expensive one.
GME go burr.
Someone paid for this. Presumably with their GameStop money.
The best bit about this is that the general public has absolutely no idea what the hell that's meant to mean.
Yes.
What is this internet nonsense that's going on?
Could you imagine being a normie who has absolutely no idea? Just walking, down to get some shopping, and you just see that.
What am I supposed to be buying here?
I'm so used to seeing McDonald's or professionally made graphics It's just this. GME go burr.
Love it. I love it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And if we can get the next one up, so there's also been some vigilante action, which of course I disavow. So apparently someone went down to the this is the bull outside Wall Street, very famous.
I've got a photo of it.
Pagan nonsense. Anyway, someone went down and put a little sticker that says dollar GME, and then this wasn't the only one. They also put another sticker up, which is over its mouth, saying "Hold the line," and then Wall Street bets there.
Nice.
Not a big deal, I would contend, but apparently a much bigger deal than you and I would realise, because the New York anti-terrorism group had to tweet out that they had to go down and protect the bull. Got to protect the bull from the sticker people.
That's right. Armed men protecting Wall Street from people who invest in...
So this is NYPD counterterrorism Twitter account. We're not sure if this is directly in response, but of course it looks like it's in response.
It's obviously in response to what's going on.
The stock market has had an interesting week, to say the least. We are happy to report that Wall Street charging bulls is secure and continues to preside over Bowling Green for foreseeable future. So they seem to be in response to the fact that people put 2 stickers up, sent down armed police to protect the pagan symbol.
So I guess they're afraid of large groups of people turning up at Wall Street.
Yeah, this I'm seeing the comparisons to the Capitol more and more.
Yes,
like let's get some National Guard for the bull. Yeah, we gotta protect that. Anyway,
the establishment is closing ranks.
Get another 2,000. But it's not because it's just been sort of an online phenomenon. A lot of people have been getting into this, as we mentioned, Max Kaiser, Elon Musk. Yeah. Another guy, which I didn't think he was up to this sort of thing, but apparently he's in for the memes, is the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes.
The Jordan Belfort, the guy who the movie is made after, has been giving interviews and doing things about this, talking about it. And it wasn't... So in this interview, he backs Reddit, and he's basically like, yeah, go for it, why not? Which, his opinion, not mine. And he also put out on his Twitter account, which is the next one, we're not effing leaving. Hashtag GME, hashtag hold the line. 100,000 likes.
Nice.
Like, the man, the actual wolf is on the side of GME here.
Yeah.
And then the last one here, which is him making his orders to the troops. He made a YouTube video, which I highly recommend going and watching the full thing.
Yeah.
It's a little skit of him doing the speech to the crowd saying, we're not leaving. But, him
it's
saying,
really good as well, yeah. I love how much he's getting behind it.
Yeah. Have you watched the movie Wolf of Wall Street?
No.
Oh,
I'm aware of the memes of it, though.
You should watch it. It's a fantastic movie. But he's actually in it right at the end. So,
right, okay.
Like, he reforms his life after being this con man, and he's giving, like, tours and telling people how to sell stuff. And the guy that introduces the character Jordan Belfort onto the stage is actually Jordan Belfort.
Right, okay.
Anyway, just a little tidbit.
Yeah.
But it's not... this for a lot of people, this is a meme, and our opinion of it is it's definitely a meme. But there is some weird amount of feeling around this whole thing, as you've mentioned, and we've alluded to with the political points. But I have to feel for some of the people in this, because we read some of the Reddit posts of people posting. Now, the next one is a Reddit post that was actually deleted. I don't know why by the moderators, but this is a guy on Wall Street Bets posting about why he's deciding to hold. He could just be some guy who's lying.
Yeah, it could be making up.
But it does fit in with something I can believe to be true. And so the post is titled, "This is for you, Dad," and then he goes on to talk about the fact that they got screwed over by 2008. And then all these guys got bailed out for messing up their portfolios and screwing the American people over. Frankly, I mean, you can't take that amount of money from the taxpayer without doing it.
Yeah. What did the taxpayer get in return? Nothing.
Nada. Like, I mean, in the UK, we bailed out, I think was it Lloyd's or one of the banks?
Yeah, it was one of them.
And then we just brought the bank, and then the bank folded anyway. It was like, great. That was a worthwhile investment. Like, why can't we just let these things fail? I don't get it. Anyway, so he points out that he got screwed over in 2008, his family, and now he's all grown up, and he's not going to take it. He's going to hold out and burn his own money on the basis that it harms the hedge funds. So,
based.
And it's hard not to feel with the guy for it. But the last thing we wanted to mention was Elon Musk. So Elon Musk was having a Zoom call, and the guy who runs Robinhood, the account system to buy and sell the stock,
Tenev,
decided to join the chat. He joined in, and some of the quotes out of this are amazing. So Musk was talking, and then he noticed that Vlad was in the chat, and he decided that no, Vlad's here. We're going to give him the floor. He's gonna come down. And the quote here is Musk said on the chat, "Spill the beans, man. What happened last week? why couldn't people buy the GameStop shares? People demand answers, and we demand to know what the truth is. And he said, is anyone holding you hostage right now? Very Elon Musk. I love it. So the CEO did come on the chat. They gave him the floor to explain himself, and he gave the explanation which he's previously given, which is that they needed more money.
This isn't the explanation he previously gave. Previously, he said there was no problem with liquidity.
He sort of bounced around on this. So, it wasn't completely consistent.
Yeah, exactly. So he's had a narrative that's kind of woven through various positions that are contradictory. But yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, so he mentioned in here that they needed more money because otherwise they would be in trouble with the SEC. But again, we know nothing about the truth of what his claims are and whatnot. Go and do it yourselves because we can't discern it. We're in no position to. And he says that they got $3 billion to shore up their position so they wouldn't be in violation of the rules, and that the Robinhood's market cap was less than what was coming in, so that's why they needed the money. They got the money in, and now they're fine, and they're saying trading will resume on Monday when this interview was done. I assume this is Tuesday. Trading will resume as normal.
Yeah.
But they did make no promise not to restrict meme stocks further due to volatility. So if a meme stock is doing this, they will just sell it or stop you from buying it on their basis. And they're saying that this is because of the rules, but very few people who seem to be in a position to know seem to agree. And that's all I can say because we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah. We're just here to encourage you to burn your money, to be honest.
We're not. We're here to encourage you not to engage in any of this and to do what we're doing. Which is,
I just bought one of the stocks.
I was going to say, we're sat here pointing and laughing, but you actually went in with one stonk. So
yeah.
Anyway, the last thing I wanted to do was just play a meme because this has been amazing for me. I can't wait to see how it ends. Like the stock is down, I think $100 since yesterday.
Yeah.
Like it's gone down, and I don't know where it's going to go. I'm not here to make predictions, but I just like this with all the orc memes. This is what I made last night in response to the chat, which is what I imagine is essentially going on, which we'll play. Just the predators.
Sounds like they're directly outside.
I see enemies!
So, Robinhood, if you want an ad deal, I'm willing to sell it.
Yep.
Anyway, that's basically the update with Wall Street Bets and GameStonk, which is they're still raiding them. They're holding the line. The Wall Street guys are closing their eyes and wishing they'd go away, but they're not. And God knows how's it going to end.
Can you remain autistic longer than they can remain solvent? That's the question.
We'll wait and see, I guess.